Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new here, welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my weight loss journey. This is not a full weight loss journey video as I am still in the journey, but I wanted to make a video to talk about it. The chirping in the background is my beautiful birds. I will show you guys a video. This video is not a conclusion video, it's more so a talk through of the healthy habits that I have been doing way more and that has helped me in terms of weight loss. I literally just got back from a doctor's appointment earlier today that they were very pleased with my results from the last visit. I'm not currently at my goal weight, but I am on the road to getting there. I just want to say I am not a licensed physician, I'm not a licensed doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm nothing in the medical field, but I honestly just want to share my point of view of what has helped me with some weight loss. Who knows, maybe it can help somebody in the future, and maybe that person is watching this video. So the best way to weight loss, I would say, is 80% of your diet versus 20% exercising. You guys may have heard that before, but I definitely agree with that. I feel like if you're going so hard in the gym every single day, but then the moment you get home, you're like binge eating, your dinner is freaking humongous, you're snacking, you're eating right before you go to sleep, your breakfast is like a huge breakfast sandwich with fries or a humongous coffee with 1,000 calories plus just the drink alone, like that's really not gonna make a dent, and it's probably not gonna help you. The first thing I would definitely say is portion control. When you're eating, you can definitely eat those foods that you love, or doesn't mean you have to stop eating chips, or doesn't mean you have to stop eating cake, because only God knows how much junk food I still eat till this day, and I still haven't gone up to my biggest weight that I've ever been at. It's all about your portion control. And also, drinking water in between your meals helps keep the fullness up. One thing that I like to do with the portion controls is I'll try to eat like a smaller portion, and I will always have my water as my drink. There are times where I'll have like an iced coffee in the morning, and that's not always the best decision, but I still have it and my weight still goes down, or it still stays fluctuated in the right spot versus going up higher, just because I know how to manage the rest of the day within my calories. You know, if you want to eat that piece of cake, you can still do that. If you want to eat pasta, you can still do that. If you want to eat rice and meats or cake for dessert, it's your birthday, you the birthday, like you can still do that. It's just all about portion control, and I've definitely got that confirmation from my doctor earlier confirming, yes, as long as you keep the portions under control, you're able to get that weight down. And I feel like that's literally how people are still doing it nowadays. They'll still get, like, you know, their meals, and as long as their portions are under control, they're still able to either keep the weight that they lost or lose more weight that they still want to lose. Number 2, I would say, is counting your calories. Aside from portion control, I would say counting your calories has helped me so very well. I've been trying to keep my calories per day within the 1,000 to 1,500. I've been doing a lot of research since I've been taking weight loss more serious, and it's been said that 1,500 calories per day is a trusted way to lose weight but still eating in a portionate way. The best way that has really helped me is literally every time I go to the grocery store, when I buy my own groceries, first of all, everything that I have been buying is vegan. That's just foremost. That's my personal diet. I've been eating vegan, not just for fitness but for the animals, but that's literally a whole other topic. But anyways, when I go to the grocery store, for me to count my calories, what I genuinely like doing it's now a staple in my routine. So now every time I go to the grocery store, it's automatically done. I'll pick up the product and I'll read the back of the label, and I'll see all the calories. I'll also see, for example, since I'm buying just strictly vegan stuff, I'll check the ingredient list out as well. That's also another thing too. Checking the ingredients is very important and helpful for what you are putting in your body, so just keep that in mind. What I've been buying a lot from the store is, like, I've never really had a terrible diet. I do like chips, I do like cake, I do like my sweets, my iced coffee, but I'll just eat it in like a portion control. But what I've been buying from the grocery store is trying to get more of those fibers. So I'll get a lot of like vegetables, more so dark greens, or I'll get lettuce and cabbage and do like burgers, wrap it up. I'll also get my vegan meat replacement. And when I make stuff, I do have cups that I like to use, the measuring cups. Again, to reading the back of the packages, I would say that just counting your calories as you're cooking helps a lot. For example, if it says 1 cup of rice is like 50 calories, just make sure you measure correctly and count exactly where you're eating, so you know exactly how much calories. Let's say you want to go to a restaurant, let's say you want to try out that new food spot, you can still do that. Just make sure beforehand. I'll look up the menu, or when I get there. For me, for example, I'll look up vegan options, but obviously if you're not vegan, I'm pretty sure most restaurants have like right by where on the menu each item it'll tell you the calories. I would literally choose something that I can eat that's vegan, or not only vegan but also has not that many calories. And usually when I order stuff, it's not always a crazy amount. But also another thing, let's say for example you go to a Mexican food spot, you order enchiladas, white rice or yellow rice, beans, you know, that whole shazam it usually comes with. What you could do, portion control. You have a whole big plate of food, just either eat half, or I know some restaurants have super big portions, just eat like a quarter of that big plate. That's what I did. I went to a Mexican restaurant not that long ago for my grandma's birthday, and I got the veggie bowl. It had like white rice, black beans, guacamole, and all of that stuff together, right? But they served me in a huge platter, and I was like, whoa, this is a lot of food. But because I'm trying to lose weight, I thought of portion control. I only ate like a small portion, and bro, I kid you not, my to-go box was literally like fat as hell. Like, and I kid you not, my to-go box, bro, it had like enough food for like the next 2 days. I kid you not. And I like my leftovers. I'm not that bougie. I know some people don't like their leftovers, but baby, we don't waste food over here. Give me that. Portion control is gonna be your best friend. The more you overeat, like the more you're just gonna like gain weight, feel gross too. Like, I just really recommend eating less. One thing that also has helped me too, and I know a lot of people say not to do, I personally think that this is more good than bad to do this in your weight loss journey, is paying more attention to the scale. Even though people, yes, can say that it's not good, because you could really depend on the numbers, and it can probably make you feel bad in a certain way, because or make you feel depressed because of the numbers, and when you're not seeing them go down, it might kill like your mood and stuff. But me personally, this has helped me within my own weight loss journey, and continues to help me, is going on the scale, not every day but more frequently than people suggest. I've heard people going on the scale for like once a week. I personally feel like I can keep more track and help myself better by looking more often on the scale. Maybe like every 3 days, I would say, or even every 2 days. That's what has been helping me. And every single time I'll see like the weight go down or go up. And if it goes up, then I'll be like, okay, let me not do such and such today and the next day and see if that'll help me go down. And it will definitely help me go down. But for me personally, when I don't see the numbers go down as fast, or if it goes up, it doesn't make me personally feel bad. But if you're someone who can definitely have that effect on you, if that can definitely have its effect on you, then I don't recommend that. But it has definitely been helping me personally, and I'm gonna continue to do it. I also feel like doing it this way is a good way to track your progress. Also, using apps like MyFitnessPal, or using your personal notes in your iPhone, or even just writing down on your notebook with a pen and just tracking your progress, that can definitely be a big help, and I highly recommend any of those options. Like, for example, I seen a video on TikTok. I have it saved somewhere. That in their notebook they had their weight at the top, and then they had all the weights written down aside from it, and at the bottom they had their big goal weight number. I definitely want to do that. I feel like that will be a big help as well to really get me down to my goal weight. As of right now, I don't even know what goal weight I want to do, to be honest. I don't know, like, and then as you go through each weight and you basically check it off, you highlight it, whatever you want to do. And I feel like that's a good way to really help people get to their goal weight. But also, too, going back to the scale, I would definitely say that personally does help me. But also, too, I would recommend like going off how your clothes fit too, because one thing that I have also learned too within my journey is I have a lot of like shorts, jean shorts, a few shirts, sweaters, especially jeans, that has fit me last year and now they're like saggy, or they're loose, or like any old clothes that used to be tight and now fits me better. But just really paying attention to how your clothes fit. Also too, if you don't want to do the scale method, I do both. I feel like they both help me. Just paying attention to your clothes and how they fit, keeping track of like, oh, I used to not fit in this, now it actually fits me, or now it's more loose. That just helps keep track of your weight and if you're like gaining or losing, and if you're on a great path. Another thing would be to include working out in your journey. Yes, I know I did say 20% exercising and 80% diet, but I truly feel like working out definitely does help a lot in so many ways, especially when retaining your muscles. You do want to retain your muscles, so when you do lose the weight that you're not loose, you do want to keep those muscles, because I know a lot of people do that and they just do a bunch of cardio and they don't do anything that has to do with weights, and then they don't like that their skin is so loose, and then they try to do the weights when they lost all the weight. So I would definitely recommend for working out, I recommend every day, if not every other day, walking at least for 25 to 30 minutes. I really try to hit that 30-minute. I feel like that is the perfect amount for your workout every single day. And also too, making sure you stretch beforehand and after. And also, depending on the workouts you're doing for the day, definitely include those after your walk or before your walk. I hear it's better to do it before your walk so you're not so tired when it's time, but me personally, I feel like I can manage both ways. It's just all about you and your preference of what you guys can handle. One thing I would also say is stop under eating. And when I say under eating, a lot of people, when in terms of their weight loss journey, they think starving themselves and not eating period is gonna make them lose weight. Although that can be true, you can also gain double the weight back once you do start eating. So I highly recommend eating on time and eating regularly. I've noticed in my own personal journey that I literally eat at the same times that I did before, just with a slight change and just more portion control. So don't skip your meals, guys. I will say what I have been doing too is eating within a 8-hour window and fasting the rest of the time, but I've been doing it every single day at certain times, and I feel like that's why I've really also been seeing progress too, because if you're eating between the 8-hour window and you're fasting for the rest, you're letting your body heal from the food that you've been eating and restoring everything. And fasting is definitely an improvement in health, so I've really been trying to do that. Not every day is perfect, but I really try my best to do it within a time frame. A lot of people like to do 12 to 8, but I personally feel like 8 is too late because I like to go to bed around 9 or 10. I've been doing really good with that, and I'm gonna mention that soon. So instead of 12 to 8, I will do like a 9 to 5 or an 8 to 4. But like, don't get me wrong, after the last time I'll eat in the day, I always keep my big jug of water, and I've been really including lemon with my water. I feel like lemon is so yummy, and I would recommend that for those who don't like water. Try water with some lemon, some lime, or even electrolytes. That's also good too, but not too much. But I am so thankful that I love water, because honey, I'll be drinking a couple of these a day, not gonna lie. And yeah, it's a blessing to love water. So, but when you do fasting, make sure you're also doing research, and super good research, to make sure that you are doing it the correct way, because a lot of people tend to do things wrong. Another thing that will help you with weight loss is, I noticed an improvement when getting more sleep than I usually would have. I'm a gamer. I love to game. This is proof. And there were so many times where I have literally stayed up until 12, 1, 2 in the morning. Sometimes I still will occasionally on like Saturdays or something because I don't work. But making sure that you're getting enough sleep, I can definitely say has improved in so many ways. Not only has it improved weight and keeping my weight fluctuated and down, of course, it has definitely helped my mood as well, which, hello, when you wake up, you want to be in a good mood to start your day and be on the right track to eat the healthier options out there and be in a good mood to do whatever you're doing. Otherwise, that can also create those habits like binge eating or impulsive decisions. Oh, you want to call out and like eat a whole cake by yourself, like stuff like that. Like little things like that definitely has improved me personally in so many different ways. And I don't know what it is now. I feel like since I'm older, I'm 24 by the way, I just feel like I prioritize my sleep so much more now than I did when I was in my teen years in high school and all of that stuff. I don't know, I just feel like when 9 o'clock rolls around, 10 o'clock, I'm like ready for bed. I got my bonnet on. One thing I do too is putting my bonnet over my eyes. That shit makes me go to sleep so fast. Like I be out like a, I don't know, I'll be out like that. Also, one thing that also does help me too is one of my jobs that I do walk around a lot. So just getting enough steps in throughout the day, getting enough sleep also increases insulin sensitivity. Insulin is needed to transport energy to your cells. So basically, if you're not getting enough sleep, this can prevent healthy weight loss, which is why it's recommended to get enough sleep. I don't know about you guys, but I just love sleeping. Also, another thing that I try not to do is stop eating before bed. Sometimes it's hard because I get those late night cravings and I want to eat popcorn, I want to eat a bag of chips, I want to eat a full course meal if it's the weekend, which goes back to stopping my last meal around like 5, 4, latest 6. 7 is honestly pushing it, but I try to keep it before that, and just the rest of the day drinking my water. What has also helped me is just not eating before bed. Like when I go to bed hungry, I feel like that helps me wake up and I feel good, and that also helps with my weight going down, versus when I have a full meal before bed, I go to sleep and then the next morning I'll feel like sluggish, I'll feel bloated still, or I'll wake up and I still feel the food sitting in my stomach, and then I'll go on the scale and I'm like still 2-3 pounds over. I just feel like when you avoid that, it helps the weight go down. So just doing that every night, it definitely plays a part in the long run. I know some people could feel hungry before they go to sleep, and that is perfectly normal. So I would just recommend, like, it's hard, but just going with the flow and going to sleep. Trust me, you'll wake up feeling better, ready to start the next day. You won't be bloated, you won't feel sick or heavy, but that's just what works for me. So another thing I like to do as well is setting goals for myself that has helped me out. And what I mean by that is, for example, let's say you're 180 pounds, 180 pounds, right? Set a goal for yourself and be like, I want to lose 1 or 2 pounds within the next week, or I want to be this certain way by this certain day. But make those goals realistic, that they're actually achievable within that time, so you are not disappointed in your own goals you set for yourself. Make them as realistic as possible and you shall see success. Also too, just switching out ingredients for healthy ingredients. For example, instead of white bread, you can get wheat bread. Not using as much dressing on a salad or sauces as you normally would. Like if I'm eating something that requires sauces, I'll just try not to consume a lot, or I'll drizzle a little bit versus a lot if I could. We all know it's easier said than done, so you know, I'm still on this weight loss journey. These are things that have helped me out. I'm not a licensed anything in terms of health wise. These are just things that have helped me out, and I see a lot of progress and in myself. I like to follow other people's journey and watch other videos and do my research to see what I can learn and help me out as well. It's definitely hard, but we're getting there. Also, another thing I want to mention is I bought a treadmill on Amazon for like $96. They unfortunately took the link out, but one thing that I changed, I used to go to the gym a long time ago, and I do like going to the actual gym. I just didn't like how people have these staring problems and guys making it uncomfortable. So what I did for my resolution, because you know I always got resolutions around this, I bought a treadmill on Amazon. Amazon has a lot of treadmills. I'm sure Shein and like other companies have treadmills, but I bought a mini treadmill that you can slide under your bed or put to the side, whatever you want, for like a good price. Make sure you read reviews, but I literally use that and I work out here in my own home, so I feel a lot more comfortable that way too. I know a lot of people don't like to work out in front of others, or they just don't feel comfortable with other people around. I like to do things by myself, away from everybody, so I feel like this has definitely helped me tremendously with being more consistent in my workouts. I'm by myself, I'm independent, you know, I'm doing my own thing, and I have the right tools to make it happen. So I feel like the treadmill is such an important part of your workouts because it produces that cardio we all need that helps in so many different ways. So I would definitely look into that if you guys don't have one already. Even if it's just walking around your neighborhood for 30 minutes, that also is a good thing as well, and just getting your steps in and not exceeding those calories and counting those calories and making sure you're eating everything great in between and drinking enough water. It all plays a part in your diet and your weight loss journey. So again, I'm still losing my weight, I'm still on a journey, so I'm gonna probably be doing more videos for you guys and checking back in for any updates and all of that stuff. So far I am down 33 pounds from my highest weight I have ever been that I have seen on the scale. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I am so appreciative. Please watch my other videos. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. We finally reached over 1,000 subscribers, and I am so grateful and thankful for all of you guys. So thanks. Again, this is just what helped me and what has worked for me in my journey. My Instagram is Jayoncey, Jayoncey. TikTok the same with 2 eyes because my previous one got deleted. And my YouTube, of course, Jayoncey. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!